What's up, Chromies? Great to be back behind the mic. John Sowash with you once again. And today I'm going to be sharing my favorite links and updates for April 2024. And it was a slow month, and then it wasn't. Google made a bunch of surprise announcements at the Cloud Next conference, which I'm excited to share with you. I encourage you to follow the show, subscribe to all of your favorite podcast places. We're on Spotify, YouTube Music, and my favorite new tool, which is AntennaPod. Google Podcast is no more. If you listen to the last episode, we talked about that. I've switched over to AntennaPod as my replacement as an Android user. There's no default podcast app, so AntennaPod is my selection. Great to have you. Also want to give a shout out to Visor for Chromebooks, sponsor for this episode. Visor is a Chromebook asset management tool that can help you manage your Chromebooks and all of your devices. It's a seamless software that integrates with the Google Admin Console and your student information system, whether it's PowerSchool, Skyward, Infinite Campus. It helps you manage your inventory, track repairs, figure out who has what Chromebook, and more. So really appreciate Visor supporting this podcast. Look, Visor is great. You should support Visor if for no other reason than their dedicated support of independent podcasts like this. They sponsor a bunch of EdTech podcasts, and they're really just a great partner. Advertising is not an easy thing. It's not like this is some big show. This is the whole team right here. You're looking at it. And Dean Bates and some of the others from Visor have just been great partners, and they got a great product. So check them out, and they'll help manage your Chromebooks. All right, let's dive into the updates for April 2024. The first thing that I'd like to do is congratulate the newest group of Google certified innovators. Announcements were made earlier this month, and there's a group of, 50 or so teachers who will be headed to Chicago for the Innovator Symposium. If you have not heard of this program, it's wonderful. This is essentially the equivalent of winning a Teacher of the Year award. In order to become a Google certified innovator, you need to have your level 1 and level 2 certification, and then you apply. This is a competitive application, so many people apply, but only a few get in. So congratulations to all these great teachers who are going to be heading to Chicago and joining the innovator ranks. I would love to work with you on this. First step would be to get your level 1, level 2 certification. And I will be hosting multiple Google certification academies this summer. So if you do not have your certification, you can join me in 2024. You can visit geducator.com for all the details. I've got a cohort that starts in June and another one that starts in July. Summer's a great time to work on this. You can become an innovator or a Google certified trainer. Right now, actually last night, I met for the first time with a group of 20 teachers and coaches who are pursuing their trainer certification. And again, you have to have your level 1, level 2 certification to become a trainer or an innovator. So working that over the summer, and all these other opportunities will open up for you as well. So congratulations to everybody headed to Chicago this summer. All right, let's get into the big announcements. So Google hosts a bunch of conferences each year, and I try to follow all of them. These conferences aren't always things that you as an educator necessarily need to pay attention to. So one of their conferences is the Cloud Next conference. And the focus of this conference is really Google's cloud computing products. These are the things that power many of the companies that you utilize. Obviously, AI was a big topic for this event, but sometimes they sneak in announcements that do impact the things that we're doing. Now, they made a couple of announcements related to Google Workspace. Google Workspace is technically part of the Google Cloud division. And I didn't even realize this. I kind of found out about this after the fact, but it's pretty exciting. Two announcements that I want to highlight today. The first is a brand new product called Google Vids. Yes, after many years and many requests, Google is finally creating a video editor. Now, this is not going to be kind of your video iMovie type tool. This is an interesting product. It is AI enhanced. And to me, it looks a little bit more like Microsoft Sway. And I'm not a Microsoft expert. So if I've got that wrong, let me know. It's almost kind of an enhanced version of Google Slides. So it looks to me like, and again, we have only a few details. I've got this demo video that I'm playing on the screen if you're watching on YouTube, where you can take a Google document or a Google slide presentation and kind of push it into Google Vids, and then it will help you craft a video with stock images and narration and live video that brings that document or presentation to life. Google is marketing this and kind of positioning this not as kind of a video creation tool for external audiences, but rather than death by PowerPoint or Google Slides, you can create these videos for your team. So essentially kind of replacing meetings with these short videos. This is directly integrated into Google Workspace. Google has announced that they will be releasing Vids as a beta product in June. No word on when it will launch to everybody or costs or what editions of Google Workspace this will be on. But I want to point out here, I just paused the demo video. Google Vids is going to show up right in the Create menu of Google Drive. So you click Create, you're going to see Docs, Slides, Sheets, Google Vids right there. So, I mean, this is I'm surprised at how well defined this product is at this stage. Google's not very good at keeping secrets or polishing things. If you hung around with Google for any length of time, they kind of just were like, hey, we did a thing. See what you think. And it's like half-baked, partially works. Now, it gets better. They quickly iterate and improve, but they're very unlike Apple, which, Apple keeps things secret. They work on it for years and then launch it, and it's this beautiful, perfect product. Google's more of a work in the open. We're going to launch this thing that has like 3 features, and then we'll add new features over time until it becomes Google Docs, like it is today. So I'm surprised to see something this polished at this stage in the game. So I'm excited about this. I mean, Google has been asked to create a video editor for years at this point. And they never have. I mean, they added some video editing things to Google Photos, but that's not really what we're looking like. Again, I don't think this is a competitor to, Video or iMovie or Final Cut or anything like that. Again, it's more like an enhanced presentation type tool. Super cool for classroom purposes. I mean, I can see amazing applications for helping students turn documents and presentations into research reports and things like that. It's enhanced with AI. It can help you write a script. It can help you find stock video for the topic that you have. It looks very good. I'm pretty confident that this is going to be attached to one of the paid tiers. I don't have actual information on that, but certainly seems like a product that would be within the paid tier. This is going to be released initially for domains that have access to Google Workspace Labs. This is an invite-only program. I was doing some research. It doesn't seem like you can sign up for it. So if you have Workspace Lab, your IT department would have to sign up for that. Get access. You'll get access in June, and I anticipate it'll follow for others shortly thereafter. So hopefully I'll get in, test it, and I'll let you know what I think about Google Vids. Pretty cool. One more announcement that came out of the Cloud Next conference This one's pretty cool also. Google announced that they are going to be adding tabs to Google Docs. Now, information is a little sparse on this. I don't even have a screenshot of it. So the announcement says, rolling out a new tabbed experience in Google Docs, which can help you organize related information in a single document. So rather than having multiple documents that you have to link to and open up, kind of like Google Sheets with you have, multiple sheets at the bottom, you have tabs in your document with different pages. So I could see this as an amazing tool for like a teacher in a syllabus. You might have, their syllabus in the first tab, and then your AI policy in a tab, and your citation expectations in a tab. Cool. So, clutter in Google Drive is one of the biggest complaints I hear from teachers. If we have less documents because they're combined together, that should help everyone. So it says rolling out soon. It says in the coming weeks. So that may appear for you at any moment. Look for that. So those are two big announcements coming out of the Cloud Next conference. They made many, many other announcements, but most of those are related to the creation of AI, language models, and chips, and a lot more technical things. On the Cloud Next homepage, there is a short, 12-minute video that covers kind of the highlights. So if you're interested, if you're a nerdy person like me, you can check that out and get all the announcements. All right, let's head to link number 4. This one just popped up and it's kind of curious. So quick recap: Google Jamboard is going away. In October of 2024, you will no longer be able to use Jamboard. Now, we have talked about this extensively on the podcast. We did a whole episode on it. There are several alternatives. You've got Canva, Miro, and then my personal favorite, which is Figjam by Figma. And so we've talked about that. Figma's a great tool. But there is a bit of an issue. There are a handful of districts that have physical hardware that they don't know what to do with. Now, there's not a ton of these, but if your school has the Google Meet Series 1 board, the 65 board, or the Desk 27 board, these are physical interactive whiteboards that power Jamboard. The question is, what do you do with it? So a new announcement, Google has essentially turned over access to these boards to Figma. And so your board, which currently launches Jamboard, if you want, can be configured to automatically launch Figjam, giving you continued functionality of this hardware despite the discontinuation of Jamboard. The thing that was not mentioned, which I am very curious about, they did not mention the actual physical Jamboards. So if your school has one of those big interactive whiteboards that ran Jamboard, same thing. Now, those boards have technically reached their end of life, but I would be very curious, and I'm hopeful that Google will announce a similar update so that you can continue using your physical Jamboard with Figjam. You don't have to start a Meet call in order to do that. So this is your 6-month reminder that Jamboard is going away and Google is not changing their mind. So you have about 6 months to find an alternative, convert your Jamboard files into PDFs, Google Slides, or Figjam files so that you can continue to use them. Figjam's great, really creative product. I think you'll enjoy it, especially at the high school level. It works really well. All right, link number 5. I honestly am surprised this was not a thing. But there is now dark mode for Google Drive on the web. So I thought there was. I'm not a big dark mode person, but now you can configure Google Drive. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. I don't even know where you go. I got a pop-up just recently. Let me go to settings. Yes. So now if I go to settings in my Drive, I have an appearance option, light, dark, or device default. Look at that beautiful darkness. I'm not a big dark mode person. I I don't typically write documents when I'm in bed. I'm in my well-lit office right now. So I'm not a dark mode fan, but I know some people are passionate about dark mode. So now you have this not just for the mobile apps, but for um, web as well. So dark mode people, tweet me and let me know what I'm missing about dark mode. I don't get it, but now we have it. Link number 6, figuring out which Chromebook your student is using is a surprisingly difficult task. So earlier this month, a couple weeks ago, I wrote a very detailed blog post about how you can use a log event search in the admin console to do two things. Number one, you can look up based on a device the last few people who used that device, or you can look up a user and see which devices that user has used. This is very helpful if a device is broken and you need to figure out who the last person was that used it, or if you have suspicions that a student is using a device that was not assigned to them. You're able to look up what devices that student has logged into over a period of time. The investigation tool in the admin console is a very useful tool, but it is very difficult to understand. I've been looking and studying and researching it for a long time, and I'm just now starting to wrap my head around it. So this blog post, if you're an IT director, if you work in the admin console, and you've ever wanted to know who's using that device, where is that device, this should help you get there. So I've got a video that'll walk you through the process, and also a detailed blog post. That feature is available for everyone, whether you're on the free or the paid tier. You'll be able to perform that log search. Speaking of admin-related tips, Google is finally rolling out a new security update that allows you to enable multi-party admin approvals. The blog post from the Workspace Update blog says, to protect customers from malicious actors taking sensitive admin actions, we're launching multi-party approvals where one admin must approve certain sensitive actions initiated by another. Multi-party approvals will be required for the following settings, and includes two-step verification, account recovery, login challenges, passwordless configuration. Essentially, if someone stole access to your account and then wanted to disable two-step verification so they could access all the other accounts, this would require a second administrator to confirm that change. This setting will be off by default and can be enabled in the security section of the admin console. So I just looked at my console. I do not have access to this yet. It's rolling out in mid to late April. So you'll get access to it at some point. This will be available for all Google admin domains. So you can set it up if you feel that this is a important setting for you. I will be doing a Google Admin Bootcamp coming up in May. So the Google Admin Bootcamp covers the admin console and everything you need to know about managing users, setting up organizational units, and configuring Gmail, Drive, Calendar, and so on. Talk about security settings and things like that. If you're interested, you can join me at just visit googleadminbootcamp.com. You'll get the details. So I have the Admin Bootcamp in May, and then I'll be doing the Chromebook Academy, which is for IT directors who are working with Chromebook fleets. That is happening in June. So I kind of stack them back to back, so you can take them both if you need to, or if you've got one person who does the Google admin stuff for users and someone else for the devices, you can divide and conquer and share your learning with others. So that's a fun event. We got a bunch of admins together. We share best practices and tips, good conversations. And the admin console is like constantly changing. They're always adding stuff. So this helps everybody stay up to date. A couple more updates for this month. As always, we got a few AI related things. Google shared a helpful blog post on organizing your digital content with AI. So 5 AI tools This is by Molly McHugh Johnson on the Keyword blog. So here are 5 tools to help you tidy up your digital life. Number 1 is my favorite. Number 1 tip is clean up your photo gallery with Google Photos. There's a lot of AI built into Google Photos. You've probably seen it, the ability to search by faces. And the newest option, which is cool, and I'm totally guilty of this. So if you take a bunch of photos, just because somebody's going to blink, and so you've got end up with 3, 4, 5 pictures of the same thing, Google AI will now identify and stack those together. So it's one stacked photo, and then you can pick your favorite shot. So this just prevents you from scrolling through tons of similar photos. We just went on vacation to Europe, and this is totally a problem. We've got so many pictures of the same thing. So that's really cool. Clean up those duplicates and many things. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is let Gmail automate your inbox. And it talks about the tabbed inbox, social, promotions, updates, primary. I love this. I've been using this for years. This is a very well-seasoned AI feature. Love this. Use it all the time so I can find the important messages. Tip number 3, ask Gemini to help you track your to-dos, and just talks about using Gemini to create to-do lists and packing lists and things like that. Number 4, use Gemini in Gmail Docs to plan and organize. Now, these are premium features, so Gemini can help you reply to email, create documents, create spreadsheets if you have the AI add-on. And then number 5 is tidy up your tabs on Chrome. Now, I'm mad about this one because as a Chromebook user, I still don't have access to this. But if you use a Mac or PC with the Chrome browser, you should be able to do so. So right now, actually not too bad. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 tabs open. It's a slow day for me. And what you should be able to do is click, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see me do this. You click the little arrow on the far left side of the Chrome browser. It's going to show all of your tabs. And then there's an option that says organize. And it uses AI to look at the tabs, and it's supposed to be able to see, oh, you have 5 tabs that are related to like planning a party, and it puts those together. And you have 5 tabs related to a proposal, and it puts those together. I don't have that option because I'm on a Chromebook, but when I get it, I will certainly be trying it out. So those are the 5 tips on this blog post from the Keyword blog. They put some helpful stuff out. It's blog.google is where you can find that. A couple more AI tips and resources to check out. Earlier this month, I posted several videos testing AI content detectors. So plagiarism is obviously a big concern for teachers, especially at the high school and collegiate level. AI makes it easier than ever to cheat on assignments. The question is, can the so-called AI detectors actually identify human essays compared with AI-generated essays? So I took 5 student essays and 5 different AI detectors and put them to the test. So I used, Copy Leaks was one of them. I used the Brisk Teaching tool and 3 other ones and tested it out. And the video chronicles the results, different ways that students hide their use of AI, and also dives into some of the challenges of AI detection and how they are biased against English language learners and special education students as well. So if you're interested in that topic, you can check out those videos. I'm going to give you my essays and you can test them out for yourself. Run my essays through your content, your favorite AI detectors, and see if you get better results than me. The one thing that I was not able to test is Turnitin.com. I do not have a premium subscription to Turnitin, so I don't have access. So if you have Turnitin, I would love to know what the results are, if it is more accurate than any of the other tools that I tested. The funny thing is, as I looked at each of the 5 AI detectors, every single one of them claims to be the most accurate. So they can't all be right. And Turnitin.com is no different. They also claim to be the most effective tool at detecting AI content in student writing. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Leave a comment on those videos. Feel free to download those essays if you want to test it out for yourself. Final link for this month is an interesting one. I've been doing a lot of reading on the topic of AI in general, and I stumbled across this one called Not Enough Data. And it's a discussion about some AI researchers are concerned that AI models will not have enough data to improve. In order for generative AI to work, it has to consume massive is not a big enough word. Astronomical amounts of data in order to learn and improve as models. And this article states that some researchers are concerned that the internet won't be big enough to provide all the data that they need. Some companies are looking for alternative sources of training data now that the internet is growing too small, with things like publicly available video transcripts and even AI-generated synthetic data as options. And there's a lot of debate about whether this fake synthetic data is as effective as the real data. There was a big argument recently between Google and OpenAI about the use of transcripts from YouTube videos. Google does not want other companies utilizing all of that data. I mean, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet. It's massive, and so everybody wants to use that data. Google just signed an agreement with Reddit to utilize all of the Reddit information. So I can't even fathom the fact that the internet is too small a data collection for AI. Now, again, there's debate among the researchers whether this is actually a problem or not, but a fascinating article about how data is more important than ever, and new sources of data are very much in demand. So I find the AI topic fascinating. I certainly don't claim to be an expert in it, but I am doing my best to learn and understand it so I can effectively use it with my students and in the classroom. Well, thanks for joining me for this month's links and updates. Hopefully there's some things in there that will be helpful. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the show, I encourage you to do that over on your favorite podcast app or YouTube if you're into the video podcast. Thanks once again to Visor for sponsoring this episode. You can learn more about Visor and sign up for a free demo by visiting vizor.cloud/CBC. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being one of my Chromie homies. I'll see you here next month with another episode. Links you can use in your classroom.